Welcome to Canvas student engagement session. My name is Afifa Alawi. With me is Angel Publico Kobashi. We both are instructional designers at the ATS. As I mentioned, we will go over the Canvas student engagement tools. Okay. For hands-on practice, I would like to mention this at the beginning, so I will not forget. Please make sure to log into your Canvas course. Feel free to follow along with me, or if you would like, you can wait and we will have a quick hands-on session. But if you prefer, feel free to follow along with me. I'm going to be, when I demo, I will use my sandbox, but I do have enrollment in my sandbox, so please, I do encourage you to use a course which has enrollment. So feel free to use one of your previously offered courses, maybe a spring course that you have enrollment, but please make sure that the course is not published. So it's not an active course, so you can freely use the engagement tools in your course. Today's agenda, some housekeeping rules. Feel free, if you have questions during the presentation, feel free to type your question in the chat, and Angel will provide answer for you. Or if you would like, you can keep your question, for the end of the session for the Q&A. And we can, both Angel and I can provide answer for your question. As I mentioned, this is a Canvas engagement session. The Canvas engagement tools that we will cover is the collaboration and the peer review tool, which is embedded in the assignments. Obviously, I will provide a demo of these tools, and as I mentioned, we'll have the hands-on practice, and we will have a Q&A at the end of the session. So again, if you prefer, go ahead, log into your Canvas shell, to your Canvas course, and feel free to along with me once I start the demo. To have a better bandwidth, sometimes I will disable my, and some parts of the workshop, I will disable my camera to have a better connection. The student engagement refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, optimism, and passion that the students show when they are learning or being taught, which extends to the level of motivation they have to learn and progress in their education. The concept of student engagement is based on the belief that learning improves when students are interested, they're inspired, and that learning tends to suffer when students are bored, dispassionate, or disaffected, or otherwise disengaged. The goal for most institutions isn't just to get students more engaged. It's to equip students with the skills they need to succeed in the real world. With these objectives in mind, students' engagement may be as important to success as academic outcomes are. For example, the most engaged students demonstrate both an intellectual and emotional connection to their school, and that's a balance that will serve the students well after graduation, and especially as they embark on their career paths. Learning how to be an engaged student is an important skill that promotes empathy and collaboration with peers. It also prepares students to process criticism and feedback from mentors and peers alike. On the next slide, I will introduce you to the tools that we will be covering, and which exists in Canvas. And as I mentioned, the tools that we use for student engagement in Long Beach State is the collaboration tool and the peer review assignment tool. The collaboration tool allows multiple users to work together on a single document at the same time, obviously. The documents are saved in real time. It means when students make a change or one user makes a change, the change can be immediately visible to everyone else who is collaborating on that document. Collaborations is essentially a native integration of Microsoft OneDrive within Canvas. So as you're working within Canvas, within Long Beach State, only OneDrive can be is integrated with Canvas. So in other institutions, they have integrated Google Drive, but in our institution, users can only use OneDrive and Microsoft Suite applications with the collaboration tool. So if you're familiar with OneDrive, which is a tool that lets you create, save, and share documents in the cloud storage that can be accessed through any device and anywhere, then you're already familiar with the collaboration tool. With the challenges for students to have multiple documents and resources open to complete an assignment or a project, utilizing collaborations can create a workspace or workplace for students to have one-stop shop for all the documents they need in a singular location to complete their work. Some use cases. For example, you can use the collaboration tool, or students can use the collaboration tool for note-taking. For example, you're having a guest speaker, or they're working on a project, or they're watching a video or a movie for which they need to take notes. And especially if they're working in groups, one document can be shared among students and they can collaborate on that document to take notes. They can also, you can also use the collaboration tool or Microsoft Word as a whiteboard where they can type, they can jot notes, they can brainstorm, they can share their ideas with each other. And a Microsoft Word document can easily be used as a shared space where students can share their thoughts or ideas with each other. Also, you can use a Microsoft Word document or even a PowerPoint presentation or a spreadsheet as a collaborative assignment area where students can collaboratively work in a single space in a real time where they can see each other notes, each other collaboration. And sometimes we work on assignments or projects where we have to use documents or PDFs or videos. So many resources. Instead of students going around in multiple browsers, having multiple windows open, you can house all those resources in one place, links to videos, to browsers, and like links to documents in one page, and students can access all those resources in one place. Okay, let me move forward to the next slide. This is just a screenshot of the collaboration tool, and I will actually demo this page. So you can see that you can share documents or different files from OneDrive, from your SharePoint. You don't have to choose the type. As soon as you select the file, the type will be loaded. And let me actually go over these features in my live demo. For this workshop, I'm using my sandbox. I actually have enrollment in my sandbox, and as I mentioned, please make sure that you test these features in a course that you have enrollments, and feel free to follow along with me. The collaboration tool should be it is in course navigation menu. I have enabled the collaboration feature. If it is not enabled in your course, click on settings and click on navigations. And if it is not enabled, it should be in the second table, and click once you locate collaboration. For me, it is already enabled, but in your course, if it is not enabled, once you locate it in the bottom table, click on the three dots, which is located on the far right side of the element, and click enable. I have already done this, and once you enable, please make sure to save your changes. I have already enabled the collaboration. So from your course navigation menu, click on the collaboration. And if you haven't used collaboration before, then Canvas will ask you to log in. If you have already entered Canvas through your single sign-on, then once you click on login, Canvas will take you to this page. If not, you will be just logging in using your single sign-on credentials, and once you log in, you will be prompted to this page. In here, if you want to create a collaboration, please click on the plus collaboration tab, the golden tab, which is located on the upper right corner of your page. And once you click on that, Canvas will guide you to the start a new collaboration page. In here, if I click on select existing documents, it will take me to my OneDrive. I do encourage you to stay within OneDrive to not have any problems. And in here, it is like once you're in your OneDrive, it's up to you where you want to navigate, which folder, and from where you want to share your document. I have created a student engagement folder just for the purpose of this session. And I have created a collaboration document. So once in here, as I mentioned, let me select this. So you don't have to worry about the type. You can, it doesn't let me. So by default, let me see if I can duplicate this so I can show you. Okay, so you can share and collaborate on a Microsoft Word document, Excel, or PowerPoint file. And once you select your document, the way I did it, the name of the file will be populated under the document name. You can rename this file, and once you rename the file that you have selected, it will overwrite the already existing name. Feel free to type descriptions for the collaboration that you're creating. And once you go over these steps, once you're done with these steps, then you can select your collaborators. For example, I would like Mark, Paul, and my test students to collaborate on this document. You can also create groups, and you can have groups to collaborate on your selected document or selected PowerPoint presentation or spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet. If you, by mistake, select a student that you don't want to collaborate, it's not a big deal. You can just click on that student's name, and the students will be removed from the collaboration list. So for example, I want these 3 students to collaborate on this document. I'm going to click Save, and then the Canvas will create the collaboration for me. Just takes a few minutes, few seconds actually, and that's it. So once it's created, you can click on it, click on the shared document, and in here once you're in this mode, this is the document that you want students to collaborate on this document with each other. At the moment, it's not, I haven't enabled editing, but once I click on the edit document, which is located on the upper right corner of my screen, then I will be able to add notes. Oh, sorry. Basically make changes. To make changes to this document. And you can add, copy, paste, create links in here. And also, if you want, you can add comments. So as soon as I highlight any portion of this document, the new comment feature will be available, and you can leave comments for your students or feedback, or even students, they can leave comments and feedbacks for each other. Okay, let me see. I was going to mention something else, but I forgot what I was talking about. Yes, so you're not the only person, faculty is not the only person who can collaborate on the a document. A collaboration can, like students can initiate the collaboration as well. The same steps that you follow, students can follow the same steps, and they can, in the course, they can just create the collaboration and they can share a document with their peers, even with you, and they can select who do they want to collaborate on that document or file or this Excel spreadsheet. Okay. So I'm going to enable the timer at this 2:21. We will have time until 2. Oh, let me go back to the, so I can click on my timer. Let's have a few minutes. And I would encourage you to locate the collaboration tool in your Canvas course. If you have questions, feel free, raise your hand or unmute yourself so we can guide you. I would encourage you to upload a document in collaboration and add people or groups to the collaboration and make an edit or add some comments into your document. Please go ahead. We have time until 2:25. Let's do that. And if you have question, feel free, go ahead, please raise your hand. Have you been able to test the feature, locate it, or no, you're just watching today? Okay, let me enable the chat. So I can see what. Okay. Okay, I will move forward with the next tool. And I'm going to disable the timer. The next tool is the peer review assignment tool. The peer review tool is embedded within the assignment, and it allows for peers to provide feedback for each other, or to work with each other, or even to learn from each other. Within the peer review assignment in Canvas, you can use the rubric. So you can link a rubric to the assignment, where you can provide clear and concise guides basically for students on how they should be providing feedback, and how they should proceed with providing feedback to each other. You have some options using the peer review assignment. You can view who is the peer review for who, and what feedback they have provided for each other. And also, you have the option to assign peers automatically or manually. So you can basically leave it for Canvas to assign peers for each other. Peer reviewers, I mean, for each other. You can enable the anonymity basically for the peer review. However, you cannot undo once you select the anonymous tool. And you have the option to assign peer review to group assignments. In their view, once you have selected and assigned the peer reviewers, students will receive an email notification of the assignment. I would encourage you, if you are planning to use the peer review tool, please make sure that your students have enabled the email notification in their Canvas courses and their Canvas account, so they can receive the email notifications. Students should be able to see the notifications in their dashboard and also in their activity stream. Students must submit their review and provide a comment to complete the peer review process or the task. If they do not submit, then their peers will not be able to see their comments and feedback. There are some notes and limitations. Students will not be able to see previously provided comments or previously completed comments or feedback that the previous peers have provided. And students must submit their assignments first to be able to see the peer reviews. If they don't submit, then they will not be able to see the provided reviews, and other students, their peer reviewer basically will not be able to provide feedbacks for them. Before demoing the tool, I would like you to have this question in mind. What kind of activities or assignments do you think will work well for the peer review feature in your class, in your course? I would like you to have this question in mind for our brainstorm activity while I'm demoing the tool. Okay, let me go back. Let me go to the course home. As I mentioned, the peer review tool is embedded within the assignments, and you can locate the assignments in the course navigation menu. If you do not see the assignments, which you should, do the same thing with the setting, go to the setting and enable the assignment in your course. But by default, you should be able to see the assignments tool in your course navigation menu. Once I click on assignments, what I have done, I have created a group under the assignments, and I have named the group the peer review. It's up to you if you would like to assign points or percentage for this group. I haven't, but it's up to you. Once I have created the group, you can go ahead and click on this plus sign, which is located on the upper right corner of this group. And with this, you can create a group. You can name the group. You can have a due date, obviously optional, it's up to you. And you can assign points. Once you have done this, then you can click on more options. I'm not going to do that because I have already created a peer review assignment. I will click on edit. So for your assignment, as I mentioned, please make sure that you type a name. Use the text, rich text editor to type comment or description for this the peer review assignment. So your student, it can be clear for your students what to do and how to proceed with this assignment. It's up to you if you would like to assign points. As I mentioned, it is this assignment that I have created. It lives in the peer review assignment group. It's up to you if you would like this assignment to be graded, and if you want the grade to be shown and displayed as a percentage, complete and incomplete, points, letter grade, or if you would like this assignment to be ungraded. I have selected this assignment to be displayed as points. Submission type. Please make sure to select the submission type. Obviously, we are going to select the online submission because we want students to have the ability to provide their peers with their reviews. With the online submission, I always select the text entry because I want students to have some freedom to enter their comments, or if they want to leave a message for you, or if they want to share a link or anything. Please make sure to select the file upload, and it's up to you if you want to restrict the file upload type, but you can also inform students to make sure to share files as Microsoft Word documents, because Microsoft Word documents can be opened and edited both in Mac and PC computers. Sometimes students upload their files as pages, which is a format within Mac computers. Pages cannot be opened within the PC computers. For submission attempts, I always leave it unlimited because I would like students to have option. If they make mistake, they can upload the document again. With plagiarism review, it's up to you if you want to enable Turnitin, but for peer review, most of the time, I don't think the Turnitin or plagiarism review or originality check is necessary. Let me disable this. So if you would like, obviously, since we are using the peer review, I would click on the peer review checkbox. And once I click in here, then you have option to manually assign peer reviews or automatically assign peer reviews. If I click on manually assign, then Canvas will assign peer reviews for students who have submitted their documents. Under the anonymity, you have the option to select the peer reviews that appears anonymously. And in that case, students will not know who they are peer reviewing and who is their peer reviewer, but in your end, you will be able to see who is peer reviewing whose paper. The assigned date and time is the same for across Canvas, I mean. And once you make these changes, once you click on save, you will be guided to this page. And then under the related item on the right side of your screen, you can see the peer reviews option that you can click in here. You can see, you can select who who, for example, in here, Mark can provide feedback to Paul and Roger, and Paul can provide feedback to Marissa, and so on. So you can, once you make these changes, and in my case, since these students don't have submissions, the assigned peer review option haven't been enabled, but in your case, since you will see the students have already have submissions, the assigned peer review option will be enabled. And once you click on this, then that's the time that Canvas will send messages and notifications to students that who they have been assigned to as the peer reviewer and who is their peer reviewee. So that's how you will assign the peer review feature to your students. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so I will open the floor for questions for the Q&A, and if you have followed me along, let me know if you have questions or if you have encountered any question. I do see that there is some activity in the chat. If you have questions, feel free to raise your hand or just unmute.